times. And so here he's coming here tonight, one of my favorite comics in the city, Just for Laughs Festival. It's a million times brilliant. You're going to love him. Math.
Yeah.
Good times, good times. I hope you guys don't mind the sunglasses. It's just a bit of a crutch. I've cut out pictures of crowds and pasted them on the inside of the lens. Fucking packed house today, man. Packed house, too much. Too much. So I was at the copy shop, and I'm getting a bit old now. I'm 36. I don't want to put the beer on the thing. That's like old times, eh? Old times. Beer on the electricity. It's like old times, old times. But so I go and I go through the copies and stuff. I've been going like 7 years, and the guy's still working there. But it's like we've seen each other grow up, and grays come into our hair and stuff. And I'm like, you want to just like print me up 10 of these? And he's like, sure, no problem, dude. And I'm like, I'm 36. Sooner or later, you gotta stop calling me dude. Dude. Sooner or later, you gotta stop, eh? Like, you get to around 40, you're pushing it. You're starting to call people dude still, like, you're gonna be chronic to call people dude. I haven't seen anybody, like, in their 70s, like, hey, dude! Yeah, I think I left my teeth at your place. I showed my teeth. I fucked that up. I should have hit the teeth. I should have some gum. Some black Bart. Or a black Bart? It's like a black gum. It tastes like black licorice. It's toxic. It's got lead in it. It's a clear plastic, eh? Bad shit. Clear plastic is bad shit. So I wake up every morning and I like to see how they're like brainwashing the public. So I turn on CBC News World, real quick, just to see where they're at with their like dial of brainwashing. Just okay, so that means everybody's on that fucking page, or at least 51% of the planet, right? Because it's got to be a democracy of idiots, right? So, the minorities, the rest of us, that realize that the other fucking half is being brainwashed. So they're talking about this. I don't know if you heard about this today, and it's like. It was like news. It was like there's a doomsday cult, like held up in a cave in Russia, and the authorities of like the SWAT team is like gathered around it with choppers and stuff, with walkie-talkies and M16s and camo fatigues, and they want to get this guy out because he's with a group of people, and it's some doomsday cult who the guy believes the end of the world is coming in May. And I'm thinking, that's fucking funny, because I was thinking it's coming in May, too. It's like, what does he know? How do I get into the cave? It's like, now I got military between me and getting into the cave. I was thinking maybe May, but what do you know? It's just a bunch of fucking people in a cave, they want to just separate from society and wait it out till May. They're not doing anything. But why do you have to storm them with guns? Just leave them there. They just want to separate from the rest of us assholes. They're not fucking doing anything. They're not consuming or driving a car or pissing and shitting and flushing into the river that we have to fucking drink later and wash out with Javex. What are these people doing? They're just hiding out in a cave waiting till May. So what? It's a cult, All right, okay, so Mass is going on more than an hour. It's going on for like 7 months or something. That's what it is, eh? Like people go to Mass every Sunday, but nobody storms the church because we know the group's going to be out in an hour. That's what it is. The Jews go to the synagogue, the Arabs go to the mosque for an hour, but if those Arabs aren't out in like 3 hours, they're like, what the fuck is going on in there? They're doing shit, man. They're supposed to be out. That's what at the Red Mosque. Okay, it's been more than 24 hours. So if you're in a cave, not doing shit, like doing Mass, until May, SWAT team's coming. Leave them alone, fuck. They just want to wait it out till May. What did they wrong? So what? What's the worst that come out? They go, oh, you're an asshole. You fucking made us stay in a cave. So they turn against him. Big deal. It's like what? They want them out of the cave. It's like, no, we're fucking enough, and you're gonna fucking do it with us. And they're like, what is that? Participate. This is a team effort. Destroying the planet together. What is that? They're just trying to get away from us. Who cares? Who cares? But it's okay if you want to separate from society and you're one. You're a hermit. Hermits are okay. 2? Okay, weird couple. Okay, more than 3? What's going on here? Is this polygamy? Got some sort of cult thing going. Storm your fucking cave. Fucking bullshit. I don't know. Everybody wants to. You know, it's kind of funny. You think that there's like no conspiracy going on, but you know what? The only solid profession seems to be news anchor. Right? Cop. Soldier. Revenue Canada. Right? Fucking politician. You know something's fucking wrong. These guys never are gonna. It's just always a steady job. Maybe they're all together. You know, with the bank. Zeitgeist. Gotta see that. That's fucking great. I can only say it's necessary nourishment for being a human being. Zeitgeist. Yeah. Check it out. Have you seen it? Anybody seen it?
What is this?
Have you seen it?
It's crazy.
Yeah, you've seen it.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so there's the facts. You know, like you're thinking, oh, I'm crazy, I'm a conspiracy nut. Then you see like people in the FBI and check it out, it's necessary.
Public service.
But you know what's kind of interesting in Zeitgeist? We're talking about like the central bank, Federal Reserve, right? They set the cue for like money around the planet, right? The Federal Reserve. You know, every currency in the market is attached to the American dollar, right? And you look at the, you know, the bill like they showed in Zeitgeist, it says legal tender for like public or private debt, which means like, okay, so how far is the debt before this is worth nothing? That's a question we're not asking because that's what it represents. Debt, right there on the fucking dollar bill. You know, good things we're in Canada, because we got the Queen on it, so we're fucking safe. It's monarchy, man. That's solid. But I don't even think the Queen's in charge anymore. Apparently, like when Di went down in the, you know, the tunnel.
Dark forces.
Yeah, the butler said. The butler says dark forces at play. So now we actually have God save the Queen. It says it in our fucking anthem. She's been surrounded by a bunch of weird knights or something. I don't know what's going on. Where's D'Artagnan? You know, Fourth Musketeer. All right, anyway, D'Artagnan. I'm getting cultural. Is that it? D'Artagnan. I know my books I never read. But, you know, I remember, you know, at a party so I could look smart. But I mean, she's not in charge. That must be even worse for her. She's the Queen. She's on fucking money. The worst is like they were talking about Windsor Castle. You know, repairing the roof is going to cost like, you know, $40 million, and they don't know how the royal family's going to pay for it. That's fucking funny. It's like, we don't have the money. Well, how about the fucking bills your face are on? It's like, oh yeah, I forgot. My money. I can just build the roof myself. That's nice. Ding, with my wand. You know, that's the worst part. If she's not in charge, she's like, every day is Halloween for this woman. She's got a clown and a scepter. She's walking around. It doesn't need anything. Take this off. Every day is Halloween. All right, I got to put the crown on again and play the Queen. Queen of Hearts. Soldier. The sad thing is this group of soldiers, you know, that want to like get refugee status in Canada. Have you seen that? That's sad. You know, have you seen that?
They got kicked out though.
Yeah, they didn't. Well, of course, because we're all in on the same thing. You know, like this all. But that's what I have to say about that. But no, but I mean, you know, I felt bad, but you know, you were just fucking trigger happy, honey. You just wanted to join the army and hold a gun. Fuck, be like a man. Right? I don't know what to say, but now she realized, shit, it was a lie. I actually love Canada. The dollar's going up, and we like it here, and you know, the war is wrong. Yeah, because you're losing it. You know, like this same girl might be like a real fucking gun bitch, you know, like, that's right, fucking take another. It's alright, we got this country. Alright, torch that town. You know, like, who knows what you would have been. You know, like, they're all gonna eat Big Macs in a month, fuck, we got them. You know, like, but they're losing, so I'm like, Canada looks good, you know, I don't know what to say, you know. You joined the army, you know, like, you're a gun geek now, I don't know what to fucking say, you fell for it. Gun geeks, that's what I call them. You're happy. It's not like the problem's not like you know, being anti-war. We gotta go out and get the war. I think it's like just fucking, just guns, just the whole thing. It's just destroy capitalism, like Marx said. Sooner or later, you know, like if you have a free market enterprise and the one thing you can sell is like weapons, well, guess what industry might just hold all the other industries hostage? Fucking weapons industry. You think about it. I don't think our government, I feel bad for people like Harper who get like voted into stuff, and it's like, we got a huge surplus from the Martin government or whatever. We took a bullet, with taxes and stuff, and we put all this money aside and and it should be going to welfare and like jobs or just young businesses or tax credits or like green enterprises or healthcare, or education even. But no, it's like they're just sort of shuffling it off into like, we're gonna buy some boats, some guns, and patrol the Arctic and some bullets. But they don't have a choice, man. Because, think about it, if you got something in free market capitalism, such as a weapons manufacturing company that makes weapons, I mean, they got to go look for contracts. And they got a lab, R&D, and they're making really fast bullets, and they're making fast guns, and quick missiles that are getting precise, faster planes and jets, and then they sell a few to you, right? And then you got to have an excuse to buy all this shit, so you have to have like some enemy, right? And then they're like, we got this latest thing that just got out of the lab. What is it? Well, it's this missile that, just can't miss. It goes like faster than the other missiles. It's like, well, how much is it? Well, it's going to cost like $1 billion a piece. Ooh, that's a lot of money. Okay, well, look, listen, if you can't afford it, North Korea can. It's like, we don't have a fucking choice. It's like, no, well, you can't go sell it to them because you know what's going on. I mean, you've been watching the news. You control the news, buddy. So it's like, we gotta buy it or they're gonna sell it to somebody else. And then to get it so they don't sell it, it's like, well, you're gonna have to get a 5-year contract. Like before even the next government turns over, right? So we're committed to this stuff over and over. This has been going on since like World War II, man. The funny thing is they were saying like, people are starting to say 9/11 is an inside job when you look at the explosions in the basement that they have on camera and shit like that, and the fact that they took the footage from the Pentagon when there's no fucking shot of a plane going into it. All this it's not urban lore anymore. It's just like, it's just logic and fact now, and actual affidavit witnesses. But what's interesting is like, I was looking at Zeitgeist, and they were talking to, he was just itching. Was it FDR to get into World War II? They were looking for any excuse, right? Because they borrow from the bank, and it's the same boys, right? So they borrow the bank. The banks make money during war because, hey, you need money to buy weapons. Okay, boom, that's from us. All right, so write your checks. Yours, right? They were just itching. And I've been saying this for years, just shoot my mouth off. And, sure, Hitler was a freak, and he went off on a limb, and I don't know, he had syphilis, and he was nuts, and he put fluoride in the water, and we're all brushing our teeth with and spitting it down the drain. Whatever, that's what he used to gas the Jews, was fluoride, eh? Yeah, Hitler wasn't mad, he was a dentist. Okay, so anyways, he was just trying to cure caries. Anyways, so, I was thinking, all you have to do, even you send me like fucking emails. Mike Neal sends me emails like, Pauly Shore behind 9/11, so I wrote back like, no, I wrote, no, it was,
painted missiles.
It was missile-shaped planes with painted windows behind 9/11. I write back. It's just like you put a missile with wings on it, you fill it with thermite and fucking gas, and you just lob it, right? Pretty precise, huh? You gotta get, in the busiest air traffic space in the world, eh? Yeah, they couldn't clock it on the radar. It was a fucking missile. It was probably a stealth missile, who knows, with painted windows to look like a plane, right? So I was saying for years, it's gonna freak you out. I don't even know if it's a punchline here, but it's just like, it's cod liver comedy. It's not funny, but it's good for you. It's good. They go across the fucking ocean, the Japanese, they go piss off the Americans. Like, you're not stretched out enough fighting 500 million Chinamen, right? You're gonna go across and let's start shit up in the U.S. And I was saying, fuck that. I bet you that was an inside job. All they had to do was take some fucking American planes, paint red dots on them, fly over. Hey, it's the Japanese! Look, it's their flag! Or whatever flag it was at the time. And they fucking bomb, and it's the Japanese. So I do some research after Zeitgeist, because I wanted to look, in the mirror of the fucking monster, and see, and did a little Google research. It's like, okay, the name of one Japanese pilot shot down or record of plane at Pearl Harbor.
Zippo.
There's not one. There's none. There ain't even a fucking picture on Google of this guy or any of them. So, it was a Japanese. But there's no fucking perception tricks. That's what they do all day. Okay, so there you go. Not very funny, but good for the billy. All right. Too much. Too much. Too much. Can we put this on YouTube? That's why I'm wearing the sunglasses. Is it him? Yeah. Well, I heard that, even better, it's like telecommunications equipment, like anything. This has got to be wiretap friendly so that, if you're like a freak, they can always like tap in the police force or this, security service, FBI, CIA, anything that you invent that you can communicate across has to be wiretap friendly. Exact door legal agreement, right? They can listen in on any conversation if they want, right? Look at like phone records, da-da-da-da. And my buddy's telling me all this, and he's like, well, Matt, if they can listen, surely they can see. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? And I was like, and he tells me, well, Matt, TV screens are cameras. Like laptops, computers. And they make us think that they're wiring the whole place with cameras. I don't know, that infringes on my liberties. It's like, people are saying this, I'm like, in front of a fucking laptop.